A man has a slime who loves to take a bath, and he not only rubs bubbles. You can also turn your body into a hand shower while absorbing water and releasing water. It is convenient and practical to operate, but this is bitter for the demon wolf on the side. Obviously afraid of water, afraid to death, but for the sake of face, he has to hold on. After killing all the biracial wyverns, the male protagonist, they return to the adventurous guild smoothly, but to his surprise. After learning the news, everyone was extremely excited. It turns out that the difficulty of this mission is comparable to S level. Even if a union is mobilized, everyone must sacrifice at least half of it. Therefore, seeing that they were slow to return to the president, I thought something was wrong, but the real situation was that the time was spent eating. Then the male protagonist wanted to sell other parts other than the young dragon meat, but the chairman said, trade union funds have bottomed out. For the time being, only half of the materials can be purchased. After returning to the room, the male protagonist suddenly realized that he had forgotten about the comment. He just opened the online supermarket, the goddess of fire. There was a rush from the divine realm. He hurriedly did it. And with it comes the goddess of the wind, as the first god to bless the male protagonist. He wanted his share. After instructing the male protagonist to keep it a secret, unexpectedly the earth goddess also sent an oracle. He asked the male protagonist to secretly send him a few bottles of shampoo without telling other goddesses. Finally, there is the goddess of water. He wanted to eat the dishes made by the male protagonist, which were also shipped confidentially. But they ignored an important issue. The offerings are all teleported together.
This also means that the moment it arrives, it will be goofy.
After a long time, only the goddess of fire is an honest person. In that case, Nai also wanted what he liked. And when it comes to tribute, drinks are naturally indispensable. The male protagonist had no choice but to open the shopping cart silently. The next day, the male protagonist has a big thing to do. On the recommendation of a businessman, he came to a shop. That is right, it is time to buy a bathtub. The boss recommended several to him. It has its own insulation function. There are also the latest models made of special materials. But the male protagonist is not very interested in making a whistle. Eventually, picked a green style and saw this. The boss was instantly stunned. It is not because of the color, but this thing is not something ordinary people can afford at all. So he politely asked whether the loan was in installments. But where was the male protagonist, an ordinary person?
It is okay. I have it on hand. So how about customer delivery?
It is okay to have it in the item box. Thank you very much for going home.
What to do first thing after getting your bathtub? Of course, go to take a bath outside the city. The demon wolf saw through everything. He ordered the cover put on by the male protagonist and slipped away. It is called hunting in fact. It is afraid of water. At this time, the male protagonist was still in the dark. He first made a bunker out of the mud flow wall, and then asked the 11th net bathtub to add water. He then released the fireball technique himself to hit a simple hot spring. Sun Xu then scrubbed his body again, and then he could take a comfortable bath. After brewing, have a bottle of coffee milk. It can both hydrate and relieve fatigue. Seeing that the demon wolf hasn't come back yet, the male protagonist plans to cook well. Start by cutting the onion into a crescent moon shape. Cut the meat of the wyvern into thin pans and add water sauce. Oil, sugar and wine are mainly boiled. Add a little more ginger puree, then pour in the onion and thin meat slices. During the cooking process, skim off the foam. After cooking, cover the rice with copper sauce. Finally, add some red paste to garnish and you're done. This is to be replaced with online tea. The demon wolf had already come back smelling his stomach, but now I can't even see the shadow. In desperation, the male protagonist had to cook another food-consuming dish. Cut all kinds of vegetables first and set aside. Cut the dragon meat into bite-sized pieces. And add salt and pepper. Heat the pot over heat. Add the cream and melt it. Then put the meat in it. After salting until golden brown, add the vegetables you just chopped. Then pour in the red wine water and the broth cubes in turn. On the one hand, remove impurities, while stewing the ingredients poorly. After almost cooking, pour in various sauces and continue to simmer over low heat. Wait for the flavor to come out of the pot. At this time, there was a loud noise from the neighborhood. Take a closer look. Almost didn't scare the male protagonist to death. It turned out that the demon wolf brought it back. A terrible prey. Ignoring the crazy complaints of the male protagonist, the demon wolf now just wants to cook, but the male protagonist thinks he is too dirty. These words do not make the male protagonist happy and want to eat. You have to take a shower first in order to cook. The demon wolf had no choice but to agree. Then the male protagonist opened the online supermarket, bought some common pet supplies. You need to brush your hair before bathing so that dirt and long hair can be brought out. After combing, you can take a shower, but because the amount of water splashed is too small, it makes the demon wolf's body always itchy. This is the male protagonist looking at the memory of playing in the water. I suddenly had an inspiration in my heart. That is to turn memories into a shower wolf. Don't dare to open your eyes. Hopefully everything is an illusion. After getting all wet, you should start washing. The male protagonist and the envoy's massage. It made the demon wolf very comfortable. I just didn't expect to wash my face at the end. Although it is very reluctant to practice. In order to eat meat, I have to give it up. Oh. After taking a shower, I can finally cook in one bite. The demon wolf's face instantly turned red into a bubble teapot. 11 also said that red ginger is paired with roasted pork. It is a perfect match to see the demon wolf eat so deliciously. The male protagonist asked him to take a shower once or twice a month in the future. As soon as these words came out, the demon wolf suddenly became uncalm, but the male protagonist has a way to treat him.
In front of Uncle Phil, the water present. Bite.
The current bushy and shiny Uncle Phil.
After returning to the guild, I saw the president of the Earth Dragon, directly dumbfounded by such a precious monster. They couldn't afford to talk about it, and the anatomist didn't even dare to touch it. Because the Earth Dragon is a rare thing from top to bottom. Just when the male protagonist is a little lost, the president said, there are other curtains not far from. Here is a seaside city. The trade union president there has a deep understanding of the dragon clan. Perhaps it can undertake the dismemberment of the Earth Dragon. The male protagonist and the demon wolf were ecstatic after hearing this, because this coincides with their destination. After greeting some old friends, the male protagonist took the chairman's introduction letter machine map and the model together, embarked on a new journey again. However, the story doesn't end here. Officials have announced that the second season will air on the 25th of October, and the male protagonist is about to usher in the third place. The main package will be updated synchronously at that time. If you like it, remember to pay attention.